everybody, and welcome back to my channel, sushidragonmaster, and today I'm actually really tired. I'm just trying to sound enthusiastic, so if my enthusiasm drops, that's why. I am tired because it's like super rainy out, and whenever it's really rainy, I feel really tired, so it's just, yeah, and I really wanted to film this because we're almost halfway through the month, and I want to give my TBR, and I don't want to do it like on the last day of the month. So this is probably going up the day after I film. And the day I'm filming is probably going to be the day that my September wrap-up goes up, because when I tried to do stuff with it last time, it just completely stopped working. So I have to start all over and do all that again. I mean, not filming. It still exists. I just have to go through with editing again because it just freaked out and now it's not working. So like I said, this is my October TBR, so let's get into the books that I will read this month, hopefully. Like always, or at least like always since April, I am going to start with my pick for the Sushi Dragon Reading Challenge, which technically in a sense is not my pick, but you know what? That's kind of the point of the challenge. So if you are interested in that challenge, I will link it down below so that you can go see the information, because I explain things better there because I'm not half asleep. So the challenge was to read a book that somebody else picks out for you, and my mom just picked out An Ember in the Ashes by Sabata here off my shelf. I am currently reading it, if you can't see the bookmark, because you might not be able to, because I don't know what this camera is seeing because it's kind of far from me. And I mean, I can see myself and I can see the book, but I can't see tiny details because it's a tiny little screen on the camera and I don't know why I'm getting accents. Okay, so this book is about a boy and a girl, and they have life issues, like every fantasy book ever. Basically, like anything along the lines of dead parents, missing parents, don't know who my parents are, you know, the typical fantasy thing. I don't know if it extends into non-young adult fantasy, but it definitely is very prominent in here. So that is a big part of this. And then there's these trials going on and stuff and fun and potential death. That's always what we look for in fantasy books. Then another book that I actually was really hoping to finish in September so that I could have more than 4 books, which there's nothing wrong with only reading 4 books. Because, I mean, it's better than just reading 3 books, and there's nothing wrong with just reading 3 books either. It's better than 2. Just keep telling yourself that however many books you read, it's better than 1 number lower, because then you'll feel good. But anyways, that is Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. I actually did already finish this, but it was in this month, so it is on the TBR for this month because there was a point in time when I had not finished it this month. So, yeah. This is a Sarah Dessen book, so typical Sarah Dessen plots. There's girl meets boy, and you'll hear more about it in my wrap-up. Then there's the book that I'm pretty sure you guys are going to start getting tired of seeing, and that is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. These are a series of prequel novellas, but they are meant to be read as a book, not as like individual things. So you read them in order. That's what Sarah J. Maas said anyways. That's what the world says. So I believe that I believe them. At least I hope I can believe Sarah J. Maas on her own books. That would be terrible if you couldn't, but yeah. So yes, prequel novellas that you read all as one, and yeah. I mean, they're divided into their different sections, so that's fun. There's the map. Always gotta have the map. And yeah, there are 5 novellas. So 5 little stories in this 400-page thingy. Then this next book I have is also kind of a sneak peek into my October book haul. Just know that one of those is coming. And it is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And I had some interest in it, but I wasn't like really, what's the word, like enthusiastic about it. And then I heard it described as like, I forget what I heard it described as, but the way I heard it described, I was like, you know what, I need to read that now. So I got it and I plan to read it. I'm pretty sure that this is about a world where you are divided by your blood type, but like there's people with like white blood or something, and then people with red blood and like something like that. Although I thought everyone had red and white blood cells and that's like how blood worked, but apparently not. This world likes to defy rules of science. So that's fun. That's always fun when you can find a book with rules that defy science, because then you have to be confused for like the first half of the book, which is typically every fantasy book ever. So since I believe this is fantasy, either that or it's dystopian, or it's like a dystopian fantasy combo, but you know, we can expect dead parents, missing parents, or not knowing who your parents are. But if that doesn't happen, then we can be pleasantly surprised. And the next thing I have here is kind of a reread, but kind of not, and that is Prodigy, the graphic novel. This is based on the book by Marie Lu, obviously, because it's just the graphic novel version, and this was written by Lee Dragoon and illustrated by Kari. I am not good with names that I've never heard before, so yeah. But it's basically just Prodigy, but with less words and more pictures. I mean, obviously more pictures. All it really needed to have was one picture, and it would have more pictures than the novel. But yeah, I've been thinking of rereading the Legend series, but then I'm like, hey, I still have not read this graphic novel, so let's just stick with that, because I don't really remember much of what happened in Prodigy except the end and the beginning and trains. Then the last book I have is a reread, because I think it's time to reread something. I know I was in the middle of rereading Winter, taking a break. I have a plan with that you will find out later. I mean, it's not like it needs to be super secretive or anything. It's not that exciting, but we're just not going to talk about it right now. But this book is The Selection by Kira Cass, because I kind of want to reread something that I know I like and has lots of romance in it. So obviously this, because why not? I had started rereading it a while ago, and I stopped somewhere that I don't remember. So I guess I'll just start at the beginning again, because the beginning is always a good place to start. And then I will read it until the end, and then I will re-experience the frustration of America and Maxon not being together, even though it's obvious that they will be together in the end. So that was my TBR for October, and this is my kitty Marlin. I don't think he's ever been in a video. I just think Coco has. He has a shaved belly right now because he had to get an ultrasound. I know, you don't like that I showed your shaved belly, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. Marlin says thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because he's the cutest cat ever. And also to find out if I did read all these books, comment down below and let me know if you've read these and what you thought of them. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!